Pull up in motorcades.
Alright, what up, what up? This is
Voice of the NAWF.
Voice of the NAWF podcast. And today, we'll switch it up a little bit because of some things that have transpired. As you all know, rapper, activist, entrepreneur, father, son, husband, black
motherfucking king
was slain by somebody 2 days ago now. So that's what this episode is going to be on. But before we start, we're just going to have a quick moment of silence for Nipsey Hussle. Alright, we're back. So this one in particular,
Nipsey Hussle the Great.
Nipsey Hussle was different. This death was a little different, and it was like when it happened, a big weight just went down on everybody.
Right.
At the same time.
Right.
Like from kids to people our age to people a little older than us to our parents. Even my parents was asking about it. Like who's the Nipsey? Did you like him?
Yes.
My dad was talking about.
Yes.
My dad actually knew him, though he knew of him or whatever. He was like, the thing that he said I didn't. First of all, he said I didn't listen to his music just because they naturally just not gonna listen to it.
Right, they ain't gonna really fuck with the music, but it's cool.
So,
okay.
But he was like, he liked that he was buying back the blocks, and my dad, because my dad was like, well, that's something I always wanted to do is go back to where I lived and just buy like an area and then give it up to like build up the housing or whatever.
That's what he been preaching.
So for everybody, it did hit a little different. I know for you, there was a real special point in time where he actually did change maybe your life.
Yeah.
So just explain that for us.
Well, before last year, before 2018, I was working this job, and it was pretty cool working at home. I was with my family or whatever, but I knew I wanted something bigger, something better for myself. But I just felt like I need to get out of my situation. Then Nipsey dropped Victory Lap and track 5 with Kendrick. And he coming in, dedication, hard work, patience. Like he just taught me all those things throughout the whole album. Hustle and motivate.
All that.
And so I took it upon myself to study what he was saying, and I just looked at opportunities that I had, and goddamn,
so
I invested in myself. I took my own money and paid for classes and drove around the country and was trying to make a better situation for myself off of what he just taught me.
Right.
That January, off Victory Lap.
That's crazy. So, just for the sake of Nipsey, what was your favorite track on there? Was it Dedication?
It had to be Dedication. It would have to be. I mean, Hustle and Motivate was dope. He got a whole bunch of shit on there.
My favorite is Rap Niggas. Cause I ain't nothing like you rap niggas. Cause the why it's my favorite is not only because he's spitting on it, but what he's talking about. He's saying I am a rapper, but I'm not nothing like y'all. Like my means or my meaning to be here and to be rapping is to build a better foundation for my family, to build a better future for us as a people.
All of us.
And then he started talking about in a rap song, he talked about life insurance policies. Like having $1 million life insurance policy on himself. Investing
investing,
making big investments,
Bitcoin, all that cryptocurrency.
Like, for a rapper to be talking about this, we've never really seen it. We've seen people like Jay-Z or something like that when they get older and they've gone through everything. Like, but we never seen it.
But they're like, you got the platform. Right. Everybody looking at you, and you trying to help us.
Right.
That
he was a gang member. A big gang member.
Big gang.
Like we in the crib. This is what we do. But from then he said, okay, I understand that because this is what I grew up in. Right. Well, let me see how I can change it and flip it to something that's way more positive.
Really, what it's supposed to be. What the gang's supposed to be. What the
essence of gangs was supposed to be.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do.
Right.
Everybody else
did. Because gangs was really supposed to be like, to me, just like fraternities.
Yeah.
Like the same concept. But then it got flipped or whatever.
Supposed to police the hood.
Right.
And all that.
Right. So, first of all, I also feel bad for Lauren London. Just because, like, she's probably distraught right now and don't know what's going on.
I couldn't imagine.
Just turned upside down.
I couldn't imagine.
And, I mean, yeah, that's crazy.
Because you know he was a good dude. You know he was there taking care. Lauren London had other kids. He was there.
Right.
That's crazy.
The crazy thing is you haven't seen. Okay, like when have we ever seen? Did Nipsey ever beef with anybody?
He just slapped the nigga.
No, he just slapped one of the little
parking attendants.
Yeah, parking attendants because he was trying to tell somebody to go blah blah blah. So he's being disrespectful. So Nip just had to, that's the only instance we ever heard. Only heard
ever.
That's
and
the only
Donald
scuffle.
Trump.
And Donald Trump.
And fuck Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
that's the only beat.
So then it's so bad that like the white people, they couldn't even say, oh, this is what he was made for, and he was destined for this because this is what he talked about, and this no
respectable entrepreneur
right
in the neighborhood just got on some jealousy, crab in a bucket type cowardice.
Which is the worst? This, and I used that same term yesterday, the crab in a bucket, because it was crabs in a bucket and an extreme case of ego. Mm-hmm. So this is what happened. The guy was apparently a snitch or whatever, and
snitch is somebody who
you don't know what a snitch is.
You know what a snitch is. A snitch is somebody who is not on your side.
Yeah, a police informant.
A police informant.
If you don't know, those are the words snitch means.
If you both are involved in the crime,
right,
and the snitch is informing the police of the crime you both committed.
So he did that, and Nipsey had a store in L.A.
Yeah, Crenshaw. In his hood.
And
this nigga had a whole. He didn't have a
whole
store.
plaza. He had a plaza.
Like off next Friday when they worked in the plaza.
The Holy Moly donut shop.
Holy Moly donut shop.
That's a good.
The check cashing place.
A good reference to so people can see
the whole thing.
If you haven't really seen it, because that's basically what it is.
But it was no security guards.
Right. Other word. So, dude was trying to like hang around or whatever, and he came up to Nip, and Nip was like, I mean, we know who you are.
You know what it is.
You can't be just coming around like that no more. This is what it is. So, in a moment of after he was told to be dismissed, minutes later he comes back and just shoots him like 6 times. 5 in the chest, 1 to the head.
5 in the chest, 1 to the head.
Like
kicked him in the head, all of that.
All that. Just did everything to make sure that he was dead. Right. Because he was a coward, like you said, and just had a lot of self-hate.
It was a setup, man. It was a government.
So while we have everybody immediately went to the government conspiracy.
When he released 2 days before, I thought I saw something like he was released 2 days before this incident. Like, in custody, and then he was released.
Oh, maybe. So we'll see what type of like setup or whatever it is with like sentencing and stuff like that. So how much time he gets for it? Because this is, first of all, this is in broad daylight. This is in broad daylight.
Everybody got
cameras. Everybody knows who he is too directly because two of his cousins got killed because of him also. So not only were you responsible for somebody you immediately killed, but then you had to get the residual kills after that.
Yeah, he tried to turn himself in. He went to a mental institution to turn himself in. All right.
Nope, too late for that.
Too late. You gonna have to watch your ass.
Now, while you are crazy in the head, you ain't finna say this was something that was caused out of craze.
Nah, you double back.
Yes. And two, black people don't do too much out of just pure like insanity.
Nah.
We do stuff out of rage, jealousy, hate, and hate for people that we feel are
in a better position
or above us, or if like we was talking earlier, and basically people that believe that because I've been around for so long that you're supposed to give me something. So say we get to a point where this blows up. We in the TV, we in the everything.
Right.
So whoever has been around you, they feel like, hey, Dante, man.
I liked your first video, bro.
Man, I was around when it wasn't even that many likes.
You got it.
So I deserve to be a part of the bigger picture that I was never a part of.
That I didn't put no work into.
That you didn't put no work into. And that's the bigger part, is people feel like they are entitled to stuff just because they either knew you or whatever. And no, you don't know what it took to get to where everybody is, or everybody was, or everybody's going.
If you know what it took,
right.
If you know what it took, that's a Fire Future song.
You don't know what it took for Nipsey to get to where he was. You don't know what it took for him to get a plaza. Like, do you even know who to talk to get a plaza? Years. Like, come on. Years, bro. Come on. And everybody believes that if you start to get noticed, like on a big stage, this is a lot of black people, we feel that it happened overnight and it's luck.
Oh, yeah. Because we didn't see the grind.
Yes, because you didn't see the behind the scenes, and you didn't see the back door, the stuff that is not that pretty. And you didn't see that. I mean, I'm not saying this has directly happened, but I've heard of like rappers, whatever, who didn't have places to stay. I've heard of them doing like couch surfing and not having food, just stuff like that, to where yes, they have it now, but it wasn't always like this. And where were you when all this was happening? Like Future and Drake song, where is that dog? They one. Because that's true. Like, everybody wants to come around when it's time to see the finished product, but you wasn't around where I was mixing the paint to paint this whole house.
Not at all. So how did Nipsey shit make you feel?
So
like, what was you when you heard it?
I was at this like art something or another, like a, what do you call it, like a hipster art something party. So somebody just immediately yelled out like, "Oh no!" something like that. This can't be true about Nipsey. And then I was like, "What?" I immediately grabbed my phone. I just typed in whenever something happened. I just typed in the name, and that's it. I typed in it, and then right when I typed it up, I was like, "Oh!" But then from then on, the whole party was just like, yeah, man. I just like everybody just was in so much shock. So for me, I mean, besides being a good rapper, for me, the reason why it hit me hard is because I feel like he really stood for something, and he wasn't out here just being stupid with like even his money. He wasn't doing. I mean, even from his interviews from a long time ago, when he looked like a child almost
with the little hair, with the curly hair underneath.
Like, and he's talking about like, yeah, it's cool. I mean, as I'm coming up and being a rapper, I see all the rappers with they chains or whatever, but. And he's like, yeah, that's good, and I'll probably have one. But I'm also trying to get real estate. I'm also trying to invest. Yeah, like that's what he has been for a while. So this also didn't just come about from nothing. This has been his plan from the get go. And also just seeing another black man who is in a great position of power.
Just ready to do powerful things.
Be killed.
Got his hands in a lot of pots.
By another black man. That's it. I mean, it took me back to Malcolm X. It took me back to I mean, he wasn't killed by a black man, but Martin Luther King.
How about say
he was set up, but it was people in his camp that made it happen. Off the top of my head, I can't think of anybody else, but. I was listening to Dr. Umar, and he was just rattling off people. Some of the people I didn't know though. But in Tupac, Biggie. So just in instances where people want to do more, for some reason we have always been the ones to. A lot of times, now that you really think about it, to bring ourselves down. Like we feel like that's too high. Let's come down a notch, y'all. Like just and I understand you got to be pulled back to accelerate again. But I don't believe that we got to be pulled back like this.
Nah, you don't have to die over no shit.
No.
Nah, especially, and it's supposed to be like me and Freya was talking. It's supposed to be a certain level where you just not supposed to touch. You supposed to be slick, untouchable, like.
Right.
It's a group of these niggas, okay, these guys, they positive, they not really out here hurting nobody, you know what I'm saying? Let me just let that go, he got that.
Yeah. And
nah, he just wanted to violate.
Right.
That made no sense to me.
And that's what Jay Prince, how Jay Prince talk when he's serious?
See, listen.
Hey,
it felt like he should talk like this.
If you get the Jay Prince talk, because I know he didn't set many people down. It was just like, hey, okay, so you know how we do things.
I'm not gonna raise my voice.
It just can't be like that because we don't want things to get out of hand. Like the last time.
He tell you he don't want to get it out of hand. He dangerous. We don't want things to really escalate out of control.
So
out of your control.
Right. So he made a post and it was basically like, we can't let this happen. We can't let the clowns of the world take charge and feel like they have enough power to do something like this and then get away with it. So if something like this does happen, then there has to be consequences for it. And everybody that's thinking like that, to take away our prominent kings of our community, if you're thinking like that, then just know that you have to deal with us right after that.
Right, your time will come.
Yeah, right after that.
That's just crazy, though. I felt like Nipsey used to really speak to me. Like, it wasn't rap. He was talking to me like, bro, double up. Like, go invest. And then when you get a profit, invest that. Right. He's the only one that's really been on shit like that. Like, I listen to a lot of music, so I get a lot of different shit from a lot of people. Kendrick, Cole, they all speak different shit. But Nipsey was like on another level. Even then Jay-Z, like Jay-Z was on some cool shit. He'll tell you about art, invest and shit. But Nipsey really said, no, fuck the middleman. It's gonna take a long time. Start from the bottom.
Right.
Stay persistent. I don't understand. How you hurt somebody like that?
Because people, I mean, what they say, what's the term? Hurt people. And that's simply what it is. Because you got to have a high level of hate for yourself to one kill somebody like that when you know what type of impact you is about to have.
Right.
For you to kill Nipsey Hussle, like this is all of Cali. Like
that ain't just your hood.
What? This is all of the United States to this point. Like. What is wrong with you?
You having candlelight vigils in every major city.
Right, like this was serious. This was big. This was the biggest like killing like this since Tupac, Biggie.
Mike Jack.
Oh well, Mike Jack, but
I ain't felt like this since Michael Jackson.
I told somebody that actually. I felt like this is Michael Jackson. We didn't like feel the Biggie and Tupac.
Mac Miller hurt last year a little bit.
I didn't.
But that's just because I'm a rap nerd. I love rap. But Michael Jackson?
No, Mike was up there.
That shit hurt. That shit hurt. Even Bankroll, like that was Bankroll. I felt for him. But Michael Jackson, Nipsey Hussle, that's like almost killing that. That's like killing Jay-Z on the slick, like.
Right. So the only difference between well, not only difference, but the difference between like a bankroll or something like that. We seen a few of them die, but we didn't see nobody that was like this.
Right.
We didn't see nobody that was
supposed to be a king level. Right. Supposed to be like untouchable.
Right. And we didn't see. I mean, out of all the interviews, in all the interviews that were happening, and people that have commented on his death. It ain't been nobody that ain't said like the utmost respectful type thing about him.
Right. Everybody that had some type of, I saw this and it was interesting. It was like I don't know if you told me this, but everything that everybody posting is like a conversation that they had with him.
Right.
It ain't stock photos.
Right.
It's like, no, me and Nipsey was here and we talked about this. We gonna build on this.
Right.
We was gonna do this.
Right.
Me and Nipsey, like.
Even what we just saw, the Thunder, Westbrook just got 20, 20, and 20.
20, 21, and 20. First person since Wilt Chamberlain.
And he just said, this is for Nipsey. This is for my brother Nipsey. And he was just saying, like you just said, all the conversations we had, I'm so appreciative of the time that I got to spend with him, blah, blah, blah. Because everybody had these same conversations with him. And in some aspect of growth and development. That's what all his conversations were with all these people. Was about their own personal growth and own personal development, and or the community as a whole being able to come to a point where, like the BET little thing I just saw, the lady said, finish the sentence, and she said, I have a dream. And then he said, for our people to step into our greatness collectively. So right then, you see, if you never seen him before, and this was the only answer you ever saw, you just, oh,
that's better than
who's this? Like
80% of what almost every other rapper said.
Like who's this? Oh, let me go do my research. Who's his name?
Collectively, all of us, not just me, not just Crenshaw, not just my family. Collectively. That's why he resonated so much, man. Because he was really for everybody.
Yeah.
For everybody.
So Lauren London's words on her Instagram are as follows: I am completely lost. I lost my best friend, my sanctuary, my protector, my soul. I'm lost without you. We are lost without you. I have no words. And first of all, the only reason I think she tweeted, or not tweeted, but posted on Instagram was so people would know that she's alive.
Right.
That's it. Like, there's no other reason. But because of social media, people want to know, like, oh, how's Lauren? Like, she can't.
She's probably getting a million calls and texts.
Yeah. So like, just to have your phone and just seeing like the rows and rows. Just imagine how many rows and rows of texts that people, and after every text and DM, you just gotta look at it and more, just like, so.
That's why I was just telling Fred, like I've been limiting my social media over the last 2 days because It don't do nothing but get me sad. You see Nipsey all day.
Dog, yesterday, that shit was ridiculous.
It was ridiculous.
Yesterday, the whole social media was Nipsey. That's
I couldn't do it. I had to get off because it's sad. I didn't cry, but I said at the little party or whatever, I said, this is giving me the feeling of crying. Like, right, it's like the feeling like that in your stomach when it dropped, like.
And I mean, I still couldn't. I mean, so it's different because okay, we don't personally know him, so it's less likely that we might ever see him. But we know that it's impossible to see him now.
Right, impossible.
So even though whatever, you can't go to a concert.
I'm so mad I didn't go to that concert.
You can't go. You can't go to no signings, no book signings. He let the buddies.
I can't get no more game.
Right.
No more game. He's not giving no more game. He just got to study now, like MLK.
So another thing about it was people had the revelations of well, he was working with Dr. Sebi, whatever, blah blah blah. So even though that still may not be of the reasons, we don't know yet for sure. Nick Cannon actually said he's gonna take over from now on.
And it sounds like he said they're gonna have to kill me too. I said, okay, Nick.
And he said they can't kill all of us.
Yeah, that's what he said. That's what he said.
Yeah, he said they can't. He said they can't kill all of us. So, I mean, it is what it is at this point. Like, but and it's always interesting to see the stars and stuff like that. The people that's been in the game for that long, and who's been on like major networks talking about they and stuff like that. Like they can't care because before that they were all saying like even them they was all saying this was all government and all this other stuff. So unbeknownst to me or unbeknownst to anybody else at this point, we don't really know what exactly has happened. We do know that
it's the government.
One of the realists in the game has been slain because of our mentality as people. And my question is to you, how do we change this mentality over the long haul? To
me or to them?
To you.
We gotta keep listening to Nipsey. Go listen to another Nipsey album. Like, I don't know. Cause,
well, that's what what's name was talking about. Charlemagne? Charlemagne said the same thing. He said, I don't have no answers. Like,
there's no answers. You killed this nigga.
Right.
But Zimmerman still walking
around. Again. I just listened to that 2 days ago.
Zimmerman.
I listened to that 2 days ago. Talk Up with Jay-Z and Drake and featuring Jay-Z. And he said on it, he said, just a lot of jealous people who don't want to work for themselves. Yeah. Just because, like, I figure it's an easier way for me to get it. Maybe I could rob somebody. Maybe I could do something. Or if he got it and I want it, man, I just don't want him around no more.
Right. Man. Sad, man. It's sad. This motherfucker's sad. They ain't supposed to hit Nipsey like that. I mean, my dog was supposed to survive at least.
Yeah. Well, I didn't even see no like survival type things. Like I didn't see like the first part because it was initially they had like the immediate Nipsey got shot, blah blah blah, and then he was taken off to the hospital or whatever. But he was dead before he got to the hospital. Right. They just
going through procedure.
Yeah, just needed to pronounce him dead or whatever at a certain time. But it was literally probably like within 15-20 minutes from the first news people got to maybe 30 minutes. The first news people got till he's dead. Yeah. Because that's all they did. They just go to the hospital and then they just report it out real quick and that's it.
I heard he was shot in his vital organs.
Yeah.
Marksman.
That's what I said.
Marksman.
And that's what who else said that? What's his name? Brother
Polite.
He kind of like Brother Mozone from The Wire.
Not Brother Polite?
Not Polite. He wear a bow tie.
Oh, okay.
He part of Nation of Islam too. But he was like, this was a government hit because, or he didn't even say government, he said military tactical hit because of the 5 and then 1 to the head.
1 to the head.
Just to make sure that's it.
And then I saw something like, then he went and kicked the body just to make it like look good, like just to make it look like it was some gang shit or like some nigga shit. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna kick him too.
I mean,
double back to kick him.
I know the one who got arrested. He wasn't in no military nothing. So
no.
He wasn't in none of that. So it was either. I mean, I can't even make nothing up.
Right.
Off the top of my head right now.
It's too far fetched.
Yeah, I can't make
this
nothing up.
This is so far fetched. Like.
But it's not impossible that something like some type of conspiracy or whatever could have happened. Even if it was just to the point where somebody came up to him and was like, hey, we know y'all didn't have y'all stuff in the past. We'll give you this so you can make this happen for us.
I see that. I can see that.
Like
I can see that. We'll set your family up. Your family be good. Except for your 2 cousins, I guess.
Oh yeah, because that he didn't even know that was part of that was gonna be in the cards.
Right, but I can see that, bro. Like, it's too easy. It's too easy for them to do some shit like that, and they done did it before. It's a history. Speaking of history, we don't learn about Black history in school at all, but we're gonna talk about that. Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle, the great.
Rest in peace, Nipsey. Last thing, I was just reading the LAPD. They put out something too. They're just like, everybody who wants to pay the respects, just come out to so and so. Everyone be allowed to keep moving through the memorial, and they just didn't allow like nobody to like congregate in front of it or whatever. So they would just put out something, but it's crazy to see them put something out like this.
The LAPD.
Yeah, the LAPD put something out like this, and then right after that they put in custody, and they said thank you to both our community and for the heightened awareness and vigilance of our partners, LASD. And damn, that's all I got.
That's all you can do is just sign and just got done.
That's all I got. It's a bad time, but like everything else, we will get through it, and because we have to, obviously. But we need to be more protective of our kings and queens who are prominent, who are really trying to change us as a whole, and try not to let stuff like this happen so often as it has. Right. Even if it's every 2 or 3 years or whatever, that's too much. Because it's too much for us to have to go through something like this to say, all right, y'all, come together again.
Right.
Like we
change your energy. That's what my niggas go listen to some Nipsey interviews. Change your energy, bro. I did a big change in my energy, just the way I dealt with shit and the way I dealt with people around me. Change your energy. All that negativity just gonna breed more negativity, and some dumb shit like this gonna happen. Alright. Rest in peace, Nipsey, though. Stay dedicated. Motivated. Yeah.
Look, my nigga, this is dedication. This is anti-hesitation. It's a real nigga celebration. It's a dime block declaration. 59th and 5th Ave, granny house with vanilla wafers. It's the remedy to separation. Tupac of my generation. Blue pill in the fucking matrix. Red rose in the great pavement. Young black nigga.